Hi everyone, welcome to Megan Sullivan Art. Thank you to any new subscribers that have recently joined my channel and to any existing subscribers for coming to watch. Really great to be slowly building a bit of an audience on my channel. And I'm really happy to have just completed this journal literally 2 seconds ago. So this is the second of my industrial steampunk kind of journals for the design team project for Lavender Blue, which was for February. So I've completed one, and obviously, as I explained in the previous video, if you want to go check that out, I'll put the link in the description. I went a bit nuts with how much I created. So this is another behemoth. So this is part 2. So these are the remaining 2 signatures of what I created. So this one I've decided to use, well, it's the same fabric, but I decided to turn it into a soft cover journal. So the lining is pretty special. It's one of my fluid art paintings that was done on canvas. So I've stripped that off and used it as the lining for this. So this one is 2 signatures, 184 pages front and back altogether. It's steampunk, inventions, industrial, engines kind of inspired. Same types of book pages and dyed papers as the previous steampunk journal. And there is some additional ephemera from a different book on model trains, actually. So there's some model train kind of images through here that weren't in the previous one. It's got the industrial drawings Digi kit, so the remaining pages from that kit. And since I printed this, Fiona's actually added some journal cards and ephemera. So that doesn't appear in either of these 2 journals. So you actually get more for your money, which is great. We've got lots of book pages used as pages, and I've also used a lot to make my ephemera. The papers and the train book papers were dyed with a RIT fabric dye in pearl grey, and then oversprayed with coffee, and again the same RIT dye, just to make it look really grungy and oily and dirty and manhandled. And so for the books that I've used, I've done a full run through of the books that I've used in the initial steampunk journal video. So as again, check for the description, the link to that video in the description box to access that info if you are interested. And as I said, I have a lot of additional book pages from making these left over. So I think in time I will probably make some book page sets that people can buy if they want to use them in their own kind of steampunk industrial style journals. Anyway, so let's get on. So I've just done a ribbon wrap around, and I chose gold because there is a bit of a gold fleck through this actual fabric. It's got a bit of a metallic shimmer kind of to it. So I would have probably have used black, but I actually didn't have any black ribbon, and I just went with the gold. So it's quite a generous wrap around, and it's a stuffed journal. So we have this piece here, which was an advertisement which came out of the model train book, which I have backed onto black vinyl. I don't know if you can see that there. So that's been sewn onto card and then sewn onto this black vinyl and glued onto the front cover. So that's the front flap that folds out. And then on the inside, you'll see the fluid art painting. So it is quite metallic. There's lots of, I don't know, probably copper and different paints like that throughout it. There's a gorgeous fabric, and then it flips out like this. So I'll just shunt the end of the journal over. So there's no pockets on this side, but you could easily glue something in if you needed to. We have got a pocket on this side. This is also made from the fluid art painting, which has been sewn on. And in here we have 2 big tags that have been made from various, well, I think the book on engines that I had, and they're backed onto one of the RIT dyed papers that I had done. That's not the pearl grey. Pearl grey is much paler. This is a piece of ephemera that's come from one of the books on trains, backed onto that same paper. So these pages fronting the signatures, these printed pages are Fiona's digital kit, the industrial drawings kit, and they've been sewn onto dyed paper, again RIT dyed paper. This is just a piece here which has got a clock, some clock faces, and I've used it as a tuck spot for a train image there. So these are the train pages that I had dyed with the pearl grey and the coffee. So there's a lot of ephemera clipped into this, and some things that are stuck in. So this is a piece of a page from the Engines book, and I've turned it into a flip out. So you've got lots of writing space on that piece there, and it's super grungy, and I love it. It still actually does smell of coffee. We've got some little stickers again, same as the previous journal, so you can use it as a place to put a date or something like that. Some words from some of the different books that I've used. Different images, so the grungy papers with the sticker book corners. This is the book on boiler making. This has got one of the moustache journal cards backed onto a stained up lined page there, and I really like this image of this old gun, like country western style, and that's been backed onto pianola roll paper, so you can see that there. Thought that was a bit groovy to start using up some of that. This is the physics book. This is a flip up. So this was from Digital Expressions CA on Etsy. She's just got like an A4 paper pack, which I had downloaded ages ago. So I've used bits of that. This is a book page flip out, which I've covered up with end paper. So you've got writing space there. And I haven't decorated that up, so that's stuck down. So you could do whatever you like with that. This is some ephemera. This is come from the model train book. It's some stock there, and this is from my great grandfather's Hoppus measurer book. So this is talking about solid measures. So this is well over 100 years old. There's I think 4 of these throughout this book. I mean, you could just use them for collage or whatever you choose. Another one of Fiona's digital kits. This is another one of the moustaches from one of my child's scissor cutting books that I stole. Just a little hand there. So this is an image of a camera, and it's been backed onto stained up paper. So that's a floating journal card there. We've got another one of the measure things. This is a really cool image. I'm not sure if it's like meant to be like a paddle steamer boat, but anyway, I really like that, so I've included that. That's on coffee dyed paper. And here we have another engine tag. That one isn't backed because I liked both sides, so you could choose to do what you like. Just a clock hand there. This is the paper from Cheryl Hall. Another one of Fiona's digital pages, and these have been further dyed, so these have had coffee and the pearl grey added to them. Just some words stuck down there. This has come from the model train book as well. I just really liked all the brand names, so I've turned that page into an envelope, and I just sort of came up with my own kind of basic design and sewed it. We've got 2 train images there, really cool, and they tuck away in there nicely. Yeah, I thought that was a cool page to use as an envelope, and because I sew everything, it's sort of you know, sometimes the sewing is a bit trickier to get in and out of envelopes. So a double fold here, so this isn't oh, it is glued on the sides here. I didn't think it was. With 2 vintage images there. This is pianola roll, and that's coffee dyed paper, and it's the centre of the first signature. Train book, rip die, Fiona's Digi. We have another image here which I've made to look super grungy. Literally was wiping my table with this to get up all the dye. That's why it looks grungy. Pumps, that's just another word stuck down there. Another engine journal card backed onto dyed paper. Boiler making. So this page here, I explained in the previous Steampunk journal, this was a background that I got off of the public domain, I believe, and then I have just overlaid this image here of a book, and it's just been faded to fade into the background. Fiona's Digi, that says time with those stickers. This is an old book which has very quite delicate paper, and I've really grunged these up as well. So it talks about the red box that measures all our gas, and the other side is how gas is bought in pennyworths. So just an interesting graphic there. And I've just used a paper clip because I haven't glued the sides of that pocket down. Physics. These were some frames. Oops. Uh-oh. That might have become glued into the pocket. I do apologise. Oh, there we go. Okay, so some circular frames. So that's how the colours that they were. And I've just sewn on top some different papers. So these were from that Digital Expression CA papers. And I've cut out the middle so you could actually stick those wherever you choose throughout the book with photos or whatever behind them. Right, this is a big flip out, this one. So it's hinged. That's a really cool picture. Hinged, and it's backed with dyed book end paper. So this has got the Alice Springs Steiner School there. So I've kept all that, and I've just hinged it with 2 straps there of paper. Thought that was something different. Oops. And this is showing an image of one of the old aeroplanes, which you could choose to do what you like with. This is another word as a tuck spot there. Second signature, one of Fiona's digital pages again there. Clock. These are the CD envelopes. So this image is stuck to the inside, but you can still add something because it's stuck on the back. It's not actually stuck on the front. And what I will do is I'll actually cut a notch out of these to make it easier to get things in and out. So I'll make sure I go and do that through all of those. Another image there with, just like the dials or, you know, the reading. And this is more pianola paper. A floating pocket this time with another one of those hoppus measurers pages there. This is an end paper from the train book, which I've grunged, and another engine tag there. Another moustache wrapping around the page. Another piece from the boiler making book, so that's been backed onto dyed paper as well. A top tuck here, and this was just some scraps basically, and I've just glued them down and sewn around them to make like a scrappy tag. So I've just popped that up in there. Fiona's Digi, a bike that time. This was just another one of the words from one of the books, and I've just turned it into like a bookmark, but you could actually write on it and do whatever you like with that. Another big journal tag here. So this is talking about pulleys. Fiona's Digital, Lavender Blue, and the link to that will be down below. Information about the clock. Another big flip out, this one. And that's hinged again with those 2 paper straps. Centre of the signature, so we've got some scrapbook paper here with moustaches and cameras and top hats and things. Lavender Blue Digital. This is a very old image of Egyptian times. There. Another moustache journal card, and biplanes and triplanes. Be good to fussy cut those out. Good engine image there. Super grungy. This is the train end paper, and another, this has come from the model train book actually, and then we've just got that backed onto end paper. And this one is another flip, or no, just a journal card. Oh no, it is a flip. Is it? Yes, it is. So hinge there. As you can see, there's a person to the size of those big cogs. Huge. And train images. And there we go. It's the last page of the digital kit from Fiona, and the full piece of the painting. So there we go. So this one will also be up on my Etsy. I've got a few journals on Etsy now if anyone's interested in purchasing those. They are all priced including shipping, And yeah, so check that out if you're interested. And thanks for coming to have a look at this new behemoth of a journal. And the next lot that I'm going to be finishing off is another Easter Bunny journal. I have a farm, kitchen, cooking themed journal, another Charming Fragments kind of vintage one, just a single signature. Yeah, so there's a few in the pipeline, and obviously the next design team project for Lavender Blue. Alrighty, thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you want to keep following me. And thanks very much. See you next time. Bye.